Hello, everybody. Here we are, the 10th of July, and I want to break the news. Passive Nation is the name of our YouTube channel for now. The reason I did is because myself, Mike, and Dan are working close together again. We never separated, but we weren't as together as we are now, like we used to be. And this is what I'm really happy that we did get back together. And it's a name everybody recognizes until we hold on a minute. My YouTube channel just started talking. But I wanted to go back to something people recognize. I shot the gun too fast. One thing I want to go over is there was a pop-up, 5 o'clock today, Eastern Standard Time, and pretty powerful. And in summary, it covered, it said, he talked about the challenges that happen. Some were technical, others tied to personnel who actions simply didn't align with our value, which he said the other day. There are even some people who committed crimes. Criminal, we know that. As ugly as it got, this is important, highlighted area. As ugly as it got, we prevailed. And to me, of course we did. He's still going. When a course correction is needed, real leadership means taking the wheel and not pointing fingers. You don't have time to look in the rearview mirror and say, "Oh, I'm about to start this road rage thing." You got to get the car back back on the highway, get the gas pedal moving, and move down the highway. So the company chose. The other thing. And this is important. He said, we chose to pause, right the ship, reset the sails, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. Okay. We've had a stamina and strength to weather the storm and sailing into the clear waters. If you read this now, that means you're in. You understand. It means you value truth. You believe in perseverance. And like us, you were here for the long haul. The winds are shifting, our direction is clear, and together we will sail forward into the future. We were always meant to reach. Stay tuned to O News, more updates in the future. Now, something was very important was Passive never was shut down by anybody. By outside force, by even bad things, maybe even criminal things, whatever it was never was shut down. It was paused. The ship was brought into the dock, and there it is. That's it. Ash decided to do that. No outside force said, "You're done, you're this, you're that." No, that's not what happened. So people need to know that. And that's pretty cool. I'm glad to hear that. But it sounds like things are ramping up and moving forward. He said O News number 3 now, and they're coming out pretty rapid. And keep going in the back office, keep looking at what's going on. And if you look at the highlighted parts, I'm pretty happy. I'm glad it came out. It made me feel good to see it. I know it made a lot of people feel good to see it, that we had control. Even when it looked like we didn't, we still did. And what we did when bad things happen, you can't just dwell on, like he said, pointing fingers. You did this, you did. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. And that's exactly what he did. I'm pretty stoked over that. So I'm going to turn it over to Dan for right now.
Yeah, Marty, I think you pretty much said it all. I think the key takeaways I have for that are just, that we deserve to know the truth. I mean, it starts out, we deserve to know the truth, and the truth is there. I mean, it was very professionally written. All the highlighted areas, as Marty said, were just spelled out very, very good, and it's very transparent. And we do have the stamina and the strength to weather the storms. And if you've logged into your back office, if you've been engaged in this process, then it means you value the truth and you know it. So it's exciting stuff, and we're just looking forward to the next step. So do you want to introduce what we're talking about, or you want me to, or what?
It doesn't matter to me. Whether if
Okay.
you want to just go ahead.
Well, yeah, we're talking about topics, and Mike came up with a very important topic, I believe, and that's customers. And you can take that. It's just what makes a business go. So I'll start off, and then turn it over to Marty, and Mike will finish up. So if you think about this important topic, it's the success of any company is a direct result, and it's directly related to our ability to attract customers and service them and retain them. We got to keep them once we get them. And if you do these things, you have a better chance of maintaining that relationship for future business. Demographics play a lot into it. The demographics and details of your ideal customers based on the product that you're selling. And the factors such as age and geographical location, gender, past buying habits, that determines their purchasing decisions. We need to know the needs of customers that we are targeting with our marketing and promotions. And I'll give you an example of that. When I was in the medical device industry, our marketing and promotions were targeted directly to orthopedic surgeons all over the world. But it was orthopedic surgeons. That was our only target. And we would send them surgical techniques, and we would invite them to meetings, and we would invite them to labs, and spend a lot of money in promoting and marketing the products that we had to sell. Now you dial that down into me and my little territory in Southern Colorado. That's the only territory that I had to sell anything to. I had the revenue that I generated from that small territory was to a finite group of surgeons in a finite territory. Okay, so success can be achieved through a system like that, but we forward now to our AI IT digital world, where our target market of customers includes anyone in the globe with a cell phone and internet connection. So the probability of success is much greater. And our success in attracting customers depends on a few things. It's our ability to effectively communicate with people. And remember, customers buy for the benefits. Every conversation you should begin with and end with is how they will benefit. And that's key, folks, because the value is defined by your customer, not by you. You are not the market. The value is defined by what they want, not what you think they should want or what you think will make them happy. I mean, take a car dealership, for example. They go in there and they're trained. They're trained by their sales staff to go, hey, if Marty DeGarmo comes in here and he walks out of this dealership without a car, he's never coming back. So we're going to do everything we can to get him to buy that pink Prius before he leaves. And they're going to say, oh gosh, this pink Prius, Marty, it's you. It's you. It's going to make you happy. It's what you want. It's what you desire. And Marty's going to go, no, I don't think so. Or maybe he's going to fall for it and buy the pink Prius. Who knows? But the value is defined by the customer, not you. And if you listen to people and develop a relationship with them, they will appreciate you a lot more than the high pressure sales thing. And you'll have a customer for life. I mean, think about it. We're all customers. So we should treat people how we want to be treated. Yeah, I really do believe this with all my heart, that the quality and value of the products being created for our customers now will establish our integrity and credibility worldwide. I'll say that again, integrity and credibility. That's huge. And that leads to long-term relationships with your customers. We don't even know how, and the great thing about this whole deal is that we don't even know how effective the follow-up will be with the AI assistants that we're going to be having. It's just amazing to think about how AI is going to help us with our customers and maintaining that relationship with them. So in conclusion, on my part here, I find that it's very rewarding when a customer comes back to you and says, thank you. And this is exactly what I wanted. And finally, it works. That's a key. It works. So thank you. This is exactly what I wanted, and it works. And I'll end with one of the many impactful quotes from Mr. Mufara. This company is not a temporary solution. We are building a legacy. Take it away, Marty.
Wow, fantastic. One thing last night, this morning when Mike Ellis came up with this idea, he said, which blew me away afterwards, because after I looked into it, he's right. You want to make the customer the hero. You want to make them feel special. Why? There's 50 million products out there. But if you could take a product above market value, cha-ching, user-friendly, and solves a problem, and you feel like you're part of it. I'm going to give you a couple examples real quick, and I'm going to turn over to Mike. There's companies like Nike, Apple. Apple positioned the user as the creator, the innovator, not the device itself. Apple turned everything around about you and the device, not just the device. Nike said the same thing, right? Personal achievement and resilience. Just do it. It's all about pushing your limits with Nike as your gear. You using Nike to become the best you can be, whether it's track and field or whatever you want to be. GoPro. You all know what GoPro is. Capturing your adventures. Their entire brand is built on user-generated content. The customer is, guess what? The customer's the story. It's not the camera. Now, the camera goes everywhere. It bolts to your helmet. You can put it, skydive with it and everything else. So what do people see? That's what I want. And once you get that, you got somebody for life. Airbnb. Airbnb makes travelers feel like locals. The user journey is central. This is you. Can you picture you here? We can make that happen. Can you picture you here? And that's just, and it makes sense that you start making the customer the hero. Canva, I use it every once in a while. It doesn't boast about its tools. It shows you how you can create beautiful things. So when you're done, you're not going, Canva did that. I did that. Or Johnny did that, or Mary did that, or whatever. It means a lot. It builds self-confidence. And these kind of things, you don't have to tell anybody once they use it and understand it. Hey, you could use Canva. They're going to use it forever. It's just, it's that cool. Lego. The real hero is the builder. From kids to adults, Lego is just a tool. Look what you can do. Right? I mean, and that's in everything that we're seeing. So I just think that's so powerful. And I believe we're going to take the market on that kind of thing, where Ash has already done it with us. He treats us like unbelievable, right? We're the hero. It's only natural that the customers are going to feel the same way. So I think that's pretty cool. I'll turn it over to Mike.
Unmute me, Marty. Can
You're
you
good.
can hear
You're
me
good,
now?
Mike.
Yeah,
good.
yeah, you're on.
Okay, yeah, the internet connection is pretty bad today, guys. So I'll be very very quick. Both Dan and Marty are spot on, and the bottom line for me is you make the customer the hero. And there are a lot of examples I can go into how people have done that with different organizations. It really is remarkable when the customer believes that they're the hero. Believe me, they're never going to go anyplace. And not only aren't they going to go anyplace, but they absolutely fall in love with you. Because in the eyes of their little universe, all of a sudden, they're something very, very special. And it's not that we did anything. All we did was relay information. They took the information, they digested it, they researched it, and they decided that they're going to do this or that. And all of a sudden, because of what they've done, their life, whatever they're doing with their digital footprint, becomes very, very easy. And when that happens, they're going to tell people. And again, when they start telling people, they become the hero. And really, that's the goal. You want your customer, when they leave, not only to be extremely happy with what they've done, but you want them to feel like I did something really, really special here. And people are absolutely going to love this. And if we can do that, and we can, I have no doubt with the products that Mr. Mufar is going to be coming out with, we can be a piece of cake. But stay in the background. You're not the hero. They are. And Dan said it better than I could ever say it. They're the ones that are going to tell you if your product's good or bad. They're the ones that make the difference. Not you, not what you think about the products. It's them. And if we can come in and educate them a little bit, let them do their thing, let them make it. And Marty will tell you this all the time. For years, we've done marketing where people won't click one button, but they'll go down below and leave a message because it was their idea. And we want them to think it's their idea, that they're the hero, that they made the decision that changes everything. And we can all do that. And obviously, when Mr. Mufara comes out and starts talking to us, you're going to find different ways that you can do that. And it really is fun. I mean, it's just a joy when you can do that to the room, they leave the computer, they leave whatever, thinking, boy, I'm something special. That's what we want, guys. Dan, Marty, I'll turn it back over to you. Hopefully I came through, guys.
No, that was perfect. Everything was fine. Everything was fine. I'm going to the AI news, and then I'm going to do one about customer.
AI headline news, July 10th, 2025. NVIDIA hits $4 trillion. NVIDIA becomes the first company to reach a $14 market cap, driven by AI chip demand. China-specific NVIDIA chip. NVIDIA plans a custom AI chip for China ahead of CEO Huang's visit. OpenAI building AI browser. OpenAI to launch a ChatGPT-style browser aiming to rival Google Chrome. AI chef opens restaurant. Dubai's Woohoo to debut world's first AI-curated menu this September. AI strains power grids. U.S. electricity grids under pressure from growing AI data center energy use. Amazon eyes Anthropic boost. Amazon may pour billions more into Anthropic to compete with Google's AI lead. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share and comment and ring the bell.
Here we go. On this last one.
Make the customer the hero. Why do great brands succeed? When a brand makes itself the hero, it talks. When it makes the customer the hero, it connects. People don't want another product. They want a path to victory. Be the guide. Show the way. Let them rise. Let them win. Because when your customer becomes the hero, they remember who helped them get there. Make the customer the hero. That's how you build trust. That's how you grow.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell.
Boom. Anyway, yeah, we pretty much can wrap it up. I just want to say, like Mike said years ago, a couple things is never fall in love with something you're doing. Fall in love with what works. So you got to always evaluate what's going on. Yes, we did many ads. Very simple for people to push a button and get where we want them to go. 25, 30% would not push that button. Why? Because they wanted to make the decision. But because we knew that, when they made a comment, we redirected them to the button on the other side anyway. But that's okay. They made the decision. And from then on, they're like, I decide to do this. Nobody's tricking me. You know, and people look at stuff different. That's all. So you want to look at all avenues, how to get people to because the bottom line is, if your product's no good and it doesn't make people feel like a hero, you're dead in the water anyway. Well, I know we're going to have those. So we're in a win-win-win situation, and I can't wait for more pop-ups and things to come down the pike. Anyway, thanks, Mike and Dan. If you have any closing remarks, you can do it, or I'm shutting it down.
Yeah, Marty, one thing. When I read the message, the one thing I saw, and Dan and Marty saw this too, we have clear sailings ahead. Boom. Period. Done. That's all I needed to hear.
Yep.
And if you understand what he's saying, it's all you need to hear. That's it, Marty. Go ahead.
No, that was big news. No doubt about it. Okay, everybody. We kept it short and sweet, about 20 minutes long. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow night. And boom. Remember, the YouTube channel is on Passive Nation.